Good afternoon, gang. It's a little after 3 o'clock Eastern time here. I've been waiting to do this video because I wanted to pay attention to what was going on before saying anything here, just for the sake of not being right. I guess let's put it this way. Uh, yesterday we saw the market rebound up 500 and some odd points, and it looks like all that was a short squeeze. Which basically means people had shorted the market, were losing money, and so they had to buy back their short positions, and that caused the market to go up. And of course, what you have here today is we've given all that back and then some. As I'm sitting here right now, the Dow's down 622 points 50 minutes before the close. Now, not that the stock market, I'm hoping at this point you're like most other people and you've pretty much got out, at least moved to cash or moved to something that's a lot safer, because it's not getting any better. I know I've been saying this forever, that watch out what's going on, that we're going to see more downside to the market. Well, let me tell you what the rest of the world thinks. And I'll give you some comments from the past few days from basically every investment bank out there. Goldman Sachs analysts noted that the markets haven't yet hit bottom and are waiting on four indicators to call it: low valuations, growth deterioration stalling, inflation peaking, and investors more strongly positioned out of the market. Rabobank, which is a Dutch multinational, with the current geopolitical situation, markets risk replaying 1987, the crash, 1984, 2000, 2008, the Arab Spring, 2012, 2015, and 2020, all at the same time. Barclays Bank, British. Real simple. Don't buy this dip. JP Morgan, our perception that the near-term recession risks associated with supply shocks has waned is accompanied by rising concern that central banks will, by intent or by accident, engineer a recession. Credit Agricole, France, growing risks of a global hard landing. BlackRock, everybody's favorite. Many central banks, including the Fed, aren't acknowledging the extent of recession needed to rapidly reduce inflations. Markets haven't priced that, so we will shun most stocks. Credit Suisse, the worst is yet to come. RBC, Royal Bank of Canada. A number of the more financially and politically fragile OPEC nations have expressed growing anxiety about an oil price decline that is potentially placing their newly bolstered balance sheets at risk, as well as expansive spending programs that help secure peace. Okay? Citibank. Markets are deeply unsettled. A rapid change of weather for the economy appears on the horizon. 10% chance of robust economic conditions, 20% resilient, and 70% recession. You basically don't have a investment bank that is recommending to put money in the market or thinks that the economy's going anywhere but down. All right, every one of them is calling for a recession, more inflation, more of this bad news that we keep getting. This is very concerning. If you saw what happened today, the Bank of England basically risked insolvency as there was a run on pension funds this morning. And the bank basically had to start buying back bonds like crazy in order to have the assets necessary to cover the run on their money. Guys, that's a bank run. Okay, and that's a big one. All right, this is when you worry about there ain't going to be the money there. I know I've said it many, many, many times. Have cash at home. That is crucial to do. Okay, for anything that for your purchasing power. A few of you have told me about going to the bank and the bank is closed, on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock or whatever it would be. Now, some of that is because the banks can't hire enough tellers. Tellers are basically a minimum wage job, and so they don't have the staff to do it. But every time you see a a bank that is closed, I know your heart skips a beat. Every once, certainly mine does. Okay, every time I hear a story about going to the bank and not being there. Some of you have told me stories about going to the ATM and the ATM's out of cash. Okay, yes, that happens occasionally. I mean, it happened to me. Remember, I had that issue a year and a half ago or something like that. That really freaked me out. But where your money is going to be crucial, because we don't know. It's not going to be, you're not going to get notice Friday afternoon, take out your money out of the bank, we're going to be closed effective Monday. It's just going to be poof, lock the doors, we're done. That's it. I mean, what was it? I forget what country it was, Sri Lanka or Indonesia or something like that, where you had the woman a week or two ago go in to rob the bank to get her own money. That's all she wanted. She was trying to rob and went in armed to get her own money. Okay? Not saying we're there yet, but we're getting close to the point where you're not going to be able to get your money. And if you got anything there, who knows how long it is until you can get it. This is why it's so important to have cash at home, to have some of your wealth. I mean, I understand if you've got a six-figure bank account, you're not going to keep $100,000 in cash in a house, okay? It's just not prudent, it's not smart, it's not realistic, all right? But you should have, and I know people scream at me every time I say this, 6 months worth of your bills in cash at home. If you've got more than 6 months worth of your bills in cash in the bank, have it at home. If you don't have 6 months worth of cash, if your bills are $2,000 and you don't have a $12,000 bank account, then you shouldn't have any money in the bank other than to pay bills or whatever, anything that's automatically debited. That should be it. Anything else after that 6 months right now, you need to have in gold or silver. I'm just going to say it flat out. People disagree with me. Oh, you can put it in crypto. No, okay. Tell everybody who's down in Florida right now, today, how well they have access to their crypto wallets. Okay, that's where your answer is there. No power, no crypto. No power, no money. No thanks. There's my answer. But you look at best performing assets of the year. The best performing asset this year has been cash. Okay, you need to have some. The second best performing asset this year has been commodities. If you own oil or if you owned wheat or lumber or something like that, and we're selling it. That was the second best performing. Not a whole lot of people have commodities as investments. The third best performing asset this year, gold. Okay, I don't care if you had stocks, real estate, bonds, whatever it is, they all underperformed gold. So, and you've got to look at what is possible for you to have. It's possible for you to have cash. You should. It's possible for you to have gold. You should. I don't think you have a lumber yard in your backyard that you were getting $7 a 2x4 for, or whatever it would be. Somebody may have it. Congratulations. Okay. For me, I just watched it get stolen. So yeah, it wasn't a lumber yard. Guys, we're hitting D-Day here. Protect your money. I cannot say it enough. The Bank of England should have told you everything you needed to know today. The world economy is falling apart and falling apart fast. And when pretty much every investment bank is yelling, the sky is falling, okay, I can't think they're all Chicken Little. Pinball out.